Welcome to NETRUSH Report, where tennis isn't just a sport, it's a storm. We bring you the drama, the emotion, the comebacks, and the controversies that define the game. If you're addicted to the passion behind the serves and slams, hit that subscribe button because you're exactly where you need to be. The return of Coco Gauff, a storm brews in Montreal. It had been nearly 2 months since Coco Gauff stood tall on the red clay of Roland Garros, trophy in hand, as the new Queen of Paris. At just 20 years old, she had finally crossed that bridge from phenom to champion. But champions aren't made once. They're made again. And again. In sweat, pressure, and moments where everything goes wrong. Coco Gauff's first match since the French Open came in the second round of the Canadian Open, also known as the National Bank Open. A bye in the first round meant her draw began with fellow American Danielle Collins, a no-nonsense fighter with the kind of raw baseline power that punishes every hesitation. Let's be real, this was never going to be a walk in the park. And Coco's serve. It had other plans. A match wrapped in chaos. From the very first game, the tension was undeniable. Something was different. Gauff's serve, usually a tool of aggression, was shaky. Awkward. The rhythm felt broken, as if she were experimenting in real time. Later, we'd find out she was. During her time off, Gauff had altered her serving grip. A bold move, especially for a player whose serve had already been under the spotlight since her shocking US Open fourth-round exit last year, where she piled up 19 double faults. That number? Just got eclipsed. Against Collins, Coco committed 23 double faults. That's nearly 8 service games worth of free points handed to her opponent. How do you win like that? So how did she survive? Because Gauff's game is not one-dimensional. She has weapons. Her forehand, once criticized for inconsistency, came to life when it mattered most. Her movement was elite. Her defense? As gritty as ever. But most of all, Coco's mental strength took center stage. Each time she double faulted, you could see the frustration bubble. The crowd in Montreal groaned. Collins pounced. But Gauff never folded. She took the first set 7-5 with clutch shot-making in big returns. Lost the second 4-6 as Collins broke her momentum. And then, deep into the third, into a nail-biting tiebreak, she found something special. The deciding tiebreak, where champions are made. With the match tied at 1 set apiece and the third set refusing to lean either way, it was only fitting it ended in a tiebreak. That's when Gauff's eyes locked in. Despite all the chaos behind her, despite serving woes, momentum shifts, and the pressure of returning after a Wimbledon disappointment, she locked into a higher gear. Final score: 7-5, 4-6, 7-6, 7-2. And how did she seal the deal? With an ace. Yes. After 23 double faults, Coco Gauff ended the nearly 3-hour match with an ace. With an ace. Yes. After 23 double faults, Coco Gauff ended the nearly 3-hour match with an ace. Poetic. Perfect. Powerful. After the win, Gauff didn't sugarcoat a thing. She faced the media with the same maturity she's shown since bursting onto the scene at 15. It was a frustrating match for me, she admitted. I felt like I was practicing well and then I don't think I transferred it today, but hopefully I got my bad match of the tournament out of the way and I can come back stronger in the next round. That's growth. That's poise. Many players, especially young ones, might have let a match like this spiral. But Coco's mindset? Get the bat out early. Learn. Evolve. Why the serve struggles matter more than ever. Let's dig deeper into the serve drama. Coco's decision to alter her grip is huge. In tennis, minor technical changes can take weeks or even months to adjust to, especially with a weapon as critical as the serve. But Gauff is thinking long-term. She's not content with being good enough. She wants to dominate. And to do that, she knows her serve must evolve into a weapon, not a liability. Yes, 23 double faults is a brutal number. But making this change now, during the Canadian Open, is strategic. Better now than at the US Open. The ghost of last year's US Open. Let's rewind to 2024. Coco Gauff entered the US Open as a defending champion. Expectations were sky high. But in the fourth round, Emma Navarro sent her packing, and the narrative was painfully simple: too many double faults. Her serve betrayed her. Again. So now, heading into the 2025 US Open? Gauff is being proactive. Risking early pain to secure future success. It's uncomfortable. It's risky. But that's what greatness requires. Danielle Collins deserves credit too. Let's not forget, Danielle Collins came to fight. Known for her intensity and shot-making, Collins tested Gauff in every way. She pounced on second serves. She took time away. She made Gauff earn every point. This wasn't just Coco making mistakes. This was also Collins forcing the issue. And for fans of American tennis, it was refreshing to see two strong, powerful US women leave it all out there. Rivalry? Maybe. But more than that, it was a showcase of American grit. With Aryna Sabalenka withdrawing from the Canadian Open, Gauff now stands as the top seed in Montreal. Next up? Veronika Kudermetova, a tricky player with a flatter game and a knack for disrupting rhythm. Gauff herself said after the Collins match, "Hopefully I can cut the tin half if I clean up my serve." She knows she can't afford another 3-hour marathon. The field is deep. The pressure only intensifies from here. If Gauff can clean up even half of those service mistakes, she becomes the woman to beat. The bigger picture, a new mentality? This wasn't Coco's best match. Not by a long shot. But maybe, that's the point. She still won. And that tells us more than any straight sets blowout could. Montreal is a crucible before New York. Montreal is more than just another stop on the calendar, it's the gateway to the US Open. And for Coco, every match here is a lab experiment. A chance to test this new grip. A chance to learn under pressure. A chance to fine-tune her game before she returns to Arthur Ashe Stadium under the bright lights and massive expectations. The next few days in Canada will be pivotal. Not just for the title, but for the statement they send heading into Flushing Meadows. Final thoughts: don't count Coco out. It's easy to overreact to numbers. 23 double faults is jarring. But context is everything. Coco Gauff didn't just survive this match, she owned the moment when it counted. She reminded the world why she's not just a rising star anymore, she's a Grand Slam champion. A top seed. A fighter. So let the headlines scream about the double faults. Let the critics raise eyebrows. Because Coco Gauff? She's playing the long game. And when the dust settles, history doesn't remember how pretty you won, just that you did. Thanks for watching NETRUSH Report, where the stories go deeper than the scoreline. If you were inspired by Coco Gauff's grit, hit that like button and drop a comment. Can Coco clean up her serve and win this title in Montreal? Subscribe for more real-time breakdowns, raw drama, and everything that makes tennis the most unpredictable sport in the world. Because here at NETRUSH Report, we don't just cover the matches. We cover the moments that define champions. Until next time, stay fast, stay fierce, and keep your eye on the baseline. Let me know if you'd like the thumbnail text, SEO titles, or a shorter version too.